And you seem really nice, Miss Juniper, so... Okay, if you're gonna be nice to Miss Sue, I'll tell you. There's an really old arcade where my brother and Sue and her friends all hang out. It's not too far from my home, and it's got so many games in it. Percy gets his phone out and starts trying to figure out the address based on her description of the area. I'm just relieved to be out of the spotlight as he translates from little girlese to workable mappies. Huh, says here it's a warehouse owned by Nostalgia Commodities. It's a super big house with one huge room, a really tall ceiling and stairs and stuff.
Quite good.
Sounds accurate. Very well. Shall we depart? I'm sure Mr. Hawk is eager to make friends with Miss Sue. Since we're friends and stuff now, you know, Sue isn't really her name, right? Not her whole name, I mean. Her name's a secret, so I can't ask this poor girl to divulge any more secrets. I already feel a bit weird about this. But she motions for me to kneel down anyway, so she can whisper. Her name is... Wow.
Pardon me?
Pardon? Okay, I gotta find my big sister. Bye. Is it like Francine or something? What was that about? I think I just figured out a lot of what's going on. I'll tell you on the way back to Funflex 2 Electric Boogaloo. I'm glad the game does this. They try to keep you in suspense. These little moments of suspense are great. Not only did we learn where Miss Sue was hiding out, but we may have just been handed a heck of a plot twist. I can't wait to go home and divulge this info to Hark. And now that I think about it, I'm glad I can help out my BFF. Hark means a lot to me. We've been friends for years, and hopefully for many years to come. Is Sue like Francine's, granddaughter or something? Is she Francine's granddaughter? All we have to do is get past this teensy-weensy little bump on the road, right? Just stop a megalomaniacal arcade star from ruining all our hopes and dreams, using nothing more than a street address and a name. I'm betting he will want Percy at his side when they confront Sue, of course. And that's okay. I've had enough excitement for one day. I just hope that I did enough to give Hark the winning edge, or it'll be game over for us all. Nice. Nice. I'm glad that it assumes we're bringing Percy with us, rightfully so. I awaken to the sounds of pain. More specifically, the groans of pain escaping from my own throat. Apparently getting shot in the leg hurts. Hurts a lot. And sleeping on a second-hand employee couch, probably not the finest choice for rest. The nap was a definite necessity, however. I'm not operating at full speed anymore and won't be for a few weeks to come, but sleep didn't make my muscles any less achy. If anything, I've got a headache on top of it. Joy of joys. But right now, I got 99 problems and my physical condition ain't one. Love it. The fate of Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo is what matters most. Beep beep, Hark, you should probably be getting up now. I'm up. Goody. So, have you given any thought on how you're going to win over Sue's favor once you go confront her? Well, usually I just sort of stumble through these things and decide stuff like that on the fly. Ooh, that's no good. You know, those intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can't take certain approaches that don't mesh with your personality? What, like where I can't go for broke if I'm a cautious kind of person? Well, it's not so much you can't, more that you shouldn't try something that goes against who you are as a person. People will see through it. And I'm betting Sue will know if you're play acting at something you aren't. This will be super intense identity situation, only one way through. When the time comes, you're going to have to take a stand based on your highest personality score, which is my kindness by far. Kindness by far. Kill them with kindness. Not more numbers and systems. It's for your own good, Hark. I'm just trying to help you make decisions that will save Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo. And that means being true to your spirit. And what's that mean exactly? According to my calculations, right now your best bet for how to convince Sue is to be kind. Kindly. You've done a great job of opening your heart to others and getting them to empathize with you. Do that with Sue, and she'll be your friend in no time. And if I don't want to take that approach? It's a bit late to change who you are as a person, Hark. Remember, my numbers and scores only help me understand who you are. Who you are is who you've chosen to be. It's a casual relationship. It's a causal relationship. But with the help of your friends, you can maybe get some ideas, nudge things around a bit until you feel confident taking a different tactic than your usual one. Speaking of your friends, here's one now.
Hello.
Wakey Love. I'm pleased to report a successful sortie against the enemy. Could you use less war metaphors? They're scary. We made the right call, looking for Sue's friends. She seems to have a soft spot for children. A nice girl told us how to find her. I'm afraid there's an additional wrinkle, however. True, we have her location, but we also have Sue's real name. I'm guessing it's not Sue? Oh, it's certainly Sue. Sue Nami. Deco Nami's child? Daughter? Sue Nami? We've been assuming all along that the ghost monsters were guns for hire, paid off by Deco Nami to ruin our opening day. But if Sue is actually Deco's daughter, would she ever betray her own father? I'm going to need to be very, very careful. Hopefully she hates the old bee. I feel sorry for any kid named after an awful pun. I feel sorry for any kid named after an awful pun. Tsunami. Tsunami? Tsunami? Seriously? Deco should be tried in The Hague for this one. Poor kid must have gotten it from all sides growing up with that kind of name. No wonder she turned to a life of crime. That's a really cool tsunami. Like, if you thought about it, maybe you would have come up with it, but like tsunami, like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll be lucky and she'll be mad enough to punish him for the name by drowning him in a tidal wave. Maybe, maybe not. No, alright, way around this now. Okay, this changes everything. A sticky situation just got stickier. The foul fellow is a father.
Rather unfortunate.
Truthfully, I'm not sure how this changes our plans. I'd sooner eat glass than backstab my mum and pa, personally. Still, we do what we must, yes? You and I will deal with this new wrinkle when the time comes. I'm coming with you, of course. You'll need someone with a car to haul you out there, yes? Pretty sure the bus doesn't have a stop marked gang territory, no. But you've already put your life on the line for this arcade once. Someone literally. I'll not let you do so again. If this turns violent, I'm getting you out of there, understand? You mean too much to me to allow a repeat episode of opening day. And that goes for you too. Don't risk your life. What, not sacrificing for Arcade Queen and Arcade Country? It's not going to come to that. And that goes for you too. Don't risk your life. I'd rather neither of us risk our lives. If it comes to that, I agree. We run for it. It'll mean potentially abandoning Funflex 2 Boogaloo to its fate, but... Indeed, we must keep our heads about us in this matter.
Well...
It pains me to say this, but... It's just an arcade, Hark. You mean more to me than this place. Or Moopy. I mean more to you than Moopy? That is the nicest, most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me. Oh, Percy. Or near anything, honestly. I want us to have long, happy lives together. No matter the misfortune. We'll have that, I promise you. Let's try to avoid any misfortune. If we play the situation right, we can come out on top. Iris told me I only get one chance at this, that I need to go with whatever I do best. But if I talk this through with someone, maybe I can learn a different path. Percy, how do you think we should approach Sue? I mean, Percy's also the kindly person as well. He's also like the kindly, yeah. How do you think we should approach Sue? Carefully, gently, and with kindness. Yeah, we line up. Given we're aiming to split her from her father's side, I feel like since we both are kindly, Sue doesn't have a chance. Sue is done. She has no choice but to follow us. Given we're aiming to split her from her father's side, we need to be very diplomatic and understanding of her feelings. It's the only way forward, I feel. Agreed. We should consider her feelings. It's going to be difficult to be sure, but if we can connect to her on an emotional level, maybe we can sway her to our side. Agreed. It's the best way forward, really. Now then, sort out any final business, and we'll head on over to face this together. I'll just get the car ready. Take your time. Well, this is it. Either we sort this mess out, or Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo crashes and burns. Or I get killed. I guess that's always an option, considering we're about to go confront a street gang that indirectly got me shot in the first place. I don't even want to consider the possibility of death. I'm immortal until proven otherwise, but well, it would be interesting if there was a death ending. If there was an ending where you died, that would be interesting. If this is the end, I should probably have some words with my friends before I march towards Doom. If I only to get their opinion on how I should approach Sue. This is cool, it's like my final times in the Normandy. Grabbing my crutches, I thump-swing my way out of the arcade proper to track down some folks. Can I also talk to Ben? Ben and Matt? Let's see. I've already talked with Percy. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Oh man, and Hamza's not here. Hamza's not here. I'm gonna talk to Gavin. I find Gavin looming large over the arcade floor, behind the ticket desk. Seems he was expecting me. So, are complications the developed complications? Seems to be the case. And you like my advice on the matter? Seems to be the case. Be clear with Sue. Be honest. And be ready to rise to whatever challenge she poses to you.
Perhaps.
If you let her make the first move, you can counter-move through improvisation. I know you're talented at it. Use that talent to let her set up her own traps, and step in them. Treat her with respect, but in the end, she's just a kid. You can outthink a teenager. I'd like to believe.
Take this matter seriously.
If you take the situation seriously and approach with a clear mind, I have no doubt you'd win the day. Agreed? I can keep a cool head and let her make the first move. Sounds about right. Go in ready to form a strategy based on the conditions on the ground, then play out that strategy with a calm hand. Precisely, the way I'd handle it. You know, when you first came to the Funplex, I had serious doubts about you. I'd assumed you'd just fill a seat and do a low-level labor while I focused on higher road management tasks. So I've largely kept my distance, or tried to at least, out of professional respect. But I can't help but have come to know you, over time we've spent together. You're not a minimum wage trainee any longer. You've taken opportunity and run it with it, developing not only the Funplex, but a whole new arcade as well. I know we're facing a difficult challenge. I'm not going to blindly assume everything will be just fine either. But I know if this is possible, if we can stave off bankruptcy, you'll be capable of doing it. Thank you, Gavin. Your respect means a lot to me. And if not, I can always sell my vital organs. You're doing a terrific job before I came along too. We'll beat this problem and everyone that comes after. Thank you, Gavin. Your respect means a lot to me. Thank you, Gavin. I'm glad I've earned your respect. I worked hard to get all of us here all of us where we are today, and I don't intend to let any of you down. Of that, I have no doubt. All that remains is for me to wish you the best in your efforts tonight. Do Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo proud. Do us all proud. We're all counting on you, Naomi especially. I swore to protect her dream once. Even if I've been inadequate at the task, unable to truly understand her heart, I hope she can forgive me for my earlier mistakes, now that we're all pulling together for Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo. I must admit, fondness. Nice! Nice! The ship is sailing! Have you told her that? Well, no, but perhaps I should. Not that I mean to distract you, as you were. Oh, he's spilling the tea. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Definitely Teo. There's one place I just know I'm going to find Teo, and when I get there, he's already on stage, grooving to the beat. It's exactly like the day I first encountered Teo. Not a care in the world besides the BPMs and the flashing lights surrounding him. Never skip a day, do you? Even when impending doom is nigh? Even when we're about to go head-to-head with Sue? I think I might have missed a couple days when I got the flu once. But seriously, just thinking about you facing off against Deco's daughter worried me the heck out. That's why I hopped on Showtime stage, to quell that anxiety. Dancing is a good way to clear the mind and work off any stress. Teo wipes the sweat from his brow as he hops down from the cabinet to join me on the arcade floor. Teo's carefree nature sheds, and he looks me dead in the eyes. Hark, you don't realize how you've impacted us all, do you? I know it may not seem like it, but all of us have been impacted by what you've done for us and for our arcades. We're all super grateful, especially me and my crew. You've helped me grow my community of dancers and kept us from harm, even when we tend to break the fire codes. I feel like you took the charge for that. I just provided a place for you all to play Showtime stage. Exactly. Without you, my crew? No, me, I wouldn't have been able to grow without your guidance. You taught me so much. Since I met you, you've shown that it's possible to care for others and take care of your own needs. And for that, I'm truly honored to be your friend. I've got that Care Bear stare. How would I not care for my friends? Call me caring nurse angel. You can't care for others if you don't care for yourself. How could I not care for my friends? Friends are so important to me, though through the Funplex I've made much close ones too. I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Without my friends, I'd be lost. And we'd be lost without you, Hark. lost in the sea of beeps and boops. I smile at Teo. He's always got a way to bring up the mood, and right now, I could use that brightness. Your words are comforting. But Teo, with you and everyone else counting on me, maybe I should get on stage and dance. I'd be lying if I wasn't stressed. And you have every right to be. You have to find a way to convince Sue to join our side. I don't envy you right now, Hark. Not one bit. By the way, how are you going to do that? Or how are you going to do that? What's the plan? I'm still trying to figure that out exactly. What would you do if you were me? Teo takes a minute to really think it over. Sue's still a teenager, right? Very much so. And what do teenagers do best? Rebel? Precisely. And how do they rebel? By doing what they want, when they want. They're all about fun, having fun. Appeal to her sense of adventure and mischief. You're sure to convince her if you act as childish as she will. Yeah, that kind of tomfoolery I can endorse. I'm the manager of an arcade. Of course I'm all about having a good time. If we can show her we're the better party people than her family, she might have just joined forces with us. Just for the heck of it. That's the spirit. No matter what happens in there, Mateo and his wily crew of dancers are always got your back. You're a part of our community after all, and a bond like that never dies. Thanks for always believing in me, Teo. No problem, my friend. Now go out there and show them your moves. Show me your moves! In another universe, I would totally date Teo. Of course, in another universe, I'd also date Gavin. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? I love Naomi. She's so sweet. Naomi would be in her workshop, no doubt. I should check in with her, see how she feels about all of this. Indeed, and looks like she happily tinkering with some old 1980X arcade circuit board. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Hark, good to see you. I remember when I first met her. She'd jump in surprise if I approached her like this. Seems those days are over. Now I'm greeted with a warm smile. Listen, I'm heading out to talk to Sue soon, so I just wanted to talk a bit before I go.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll do great. All the time I've known you, you've been terrific with people. Better than I've ever been, at least. If anybody can sway her to our side, it's you. I mean, look at all this. She gestures arms wide to her surroundings. Wait, your workshop? No, I mean Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo itself. Look at everything you've built. And how'd you do it? By talking to people, helping them understand your dream. You get what I mean, right? By being who you are, you can make miracles happen. It's just me, Naomi, an ordinary person with a big heart. All I do is speak honestly. It seems to work. I am pretty awesome, aren't I? Yes, soon I will unseat Deco as a master of the arcade world. All I do is speak honestly. It seems to work. I think that's overselling me a bit. All I do is speak honestly and speak true. I'm clear with how I feel, and that seems to get the job done. The question is whether or not a steady hand will be enough to convince Sue. I'm not a miracle worker. You don't have to be a miracle worker to be a solid worker. Someone who makes things happen. Don't be so humble that you downplay your own accomplishments, Hark. I know what it's like to cut yourself down a peg, scared of being too proud. It's easy to fall into that trap. So when I say you're a great person, take the compliment. Okay then. So how do you think I should approach Sue? Well, if it was me, I'm not happy with how they ruined our opening day. Honestly, I'm downright miffed about it. I'd probably go at him like a fireball, because I'm downright fierce. But I know that probably wouldn't work. Taking the high road is the better path. You've got a steep hill to climb here, making her flip on not only a partner in crime, but on her family. So you're going to have to try to understand her heart. She kept saying she likes our arcade. Play into that. Be kind, understanding, and empathetic. Okay, I'll consider playing nice. Challenging her ego and insulting her is definitely not going to work. Playing nice makes sense. You're right. I'll consider it. Believe me, I kind of want to kick her teeth in, but I know that's wrong. Even if we're never friends, we have to at least try to understand her. I better get back to work. These replacement ROMs aren't going to socket themselves. Even if the arcade ends up closing down, I'm deciding to be optimistic. You can do it, Hark. Best of luck. Oh, hey, mind if I ask your opinion on something? You and Gavin totally need to date. Sure, what's up? What do you think of Gavin? He's smoking hot. Go after him. I know he's a money-grubbing, prize game-loving stick-in-the-mud, but... Well, ever since Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo and all of us working together, I don't know, maybe he's softened up a bit. I think you're a good influence on him. Glad I can play matchmaker for you. Do you think he'd be the kind of person to put old arguments aside and No, we've got to stay focused. We need to save the arcade. Forget I brought it up. After offering a brief hug of support, Naomi returns to her work. I wish I could have, fed into the ship, but I feel like they're still going to get together. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? Let's talk to Ashley. Ashley's wandering around the arcade floor, practicing what I can only assume are magical girl final attack sequences. Aren't you out of costume for that? Ashley finishes up a twirl before addressing me. You can take the magical girl out of the outfit, but you can't take the magical girl out of your heart. Plus, I'm practicing for the final boss fight. Aren't you ready? What? Hark, you dig role-playing games, right? Doesn't this feel like you're about to enter the final boss fight? Like in every RPG ever? Look, you've gathered up all your team members. See also, us, your friends. And we're all hunkered down in a dark, damp cave. See also, Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo. Now we're having this epic sentimental chat about winning or losing. Exactly. Ashley knows. She's so meta. I couldn't be more spot on.
What if?
Although I do wonder what class you'd be, Hark. As long as Sue doesn't metamorphose into a six-winged floating half-torso of a monster as Gregorian chants play in the background, I think I can handle it. I'm not really sure what that's referencing. Speaking of which, how are you going to handle it? I have a few options floating around my mind, but I was checking in with others to see what they recommend. If it was me trying to take down the final boss, I would give in to Sue's spunk and sass. Make it a bizarro final fight by playing to Sue's sense of adventure. Joke around with her. Maybe if we match up her antics with ours, we just might best her at her own silly game. Yes, fight mischievous cybercriminals with more mischief. No one can outplay me. I'm Hark, arcade manager and all-around cool kid. I got puns and jokes for days. That's what I'm talking about. There's no way to lose with that attitude. But I also know something else, which is to always trust Hark. Whatever you end up doing, I know you're going to save Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo, and consequently, us all. Isn't that a little too hopeful? There's a very real chance I can fail this. This isn't some game. This is real life. Of course I realize that, but I gotta have hope. I believe in you, even if you don't believe in yourself. And here's where I get really sappy. Ever since you came to the Funplex on that day, you've affected us all. You've changed all our lives. And mine. For the better, of course. I've been watching you grow and change into this person before me, and you've inspired me to do the same, to become the person I want to be. So Hark, no matter what happens in there, just know that you've made friends here. Friends that'll last a lifetime. These friendships are the very best. I'm so happy to call you my friend too. A lifetime isn't long enough. It's important to make connections with people. I'm so happy to call you my friend too. Ashley, you showed me the ropes on how to be a floor attendant. Without your guidance in those early days, I think I would have gotten eaten alive. True, I remember Gavin and Naomi being particularly hungry that day. But seriously, floor attendant friends gotta stick together. And just so you know, you've been a tremendously amazing friend. Ashley twiddles her fingers for a second and then deviates from her self-seriousness. Well, I know you've got things to do before the big fight. Just make sure you're stocked up on potions, and don't forget to have the correct weapons equipped. All I have is this crutch. Did you see the stats on it though? Crutches do double damage to pesky teenagers. Good to know. Good to know, Ashley. And Ashley, yes, Hark? Thanks for being so bright in this dark hour. I think Hark should say, I should go. That's what I think you should say. Especially because Mark Meir is a voice actor on this. That would be delightful. You got it, friend. Now get out there and kick all the butts. I should go. One thing I just thought of now that I finished talking to Ashley, with Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo, I hope that in this arcade, the signs spell employees only correctly, with no apostrophe. I just hope we at least made that advancement. Alright, fine, we're gonna talk to Queen Bee. To be perfectly honest, Queen Bee ended up not being so bad. At the end there, she's starting... I actually don't mind her. I actually sort of like her by the end of this. But she's still, like, far my least favorite. But I like her enough. She can stay. Obviously, Queen Bee is playing Fist of Discomfort, right? I make a way to the FOD cabinet, and I'm in no way surprised to see her playing. Although this time, it's without the fancy rig and camera setup. It's just her.
Come on!
I effing hate playing against the AI. It's no challenge at all. I could do this with my effing eyes closed. Hey kid, jump in here and be my opponent. I have a name, Queen Bee. I know better to do that, Queen Bee. You would pulverize me inside and out, and I'd be nothing but a human flesh puddle by the end. Sort of like how you're going to take down the Deco family. Huh? Queen Bee deftly hits a button combination, which officially takes out her AI enemy, removing herself from the cabinet. She pulls at her jacket, straightening it out. I'm imagining you going to Sue's hideout, kicking down the front door, guns a-blazing, yelling at the top of your lungs, and challenging Sue to one final showdown. What do you think? I think you've been talking too much with Ashley. Her imagination is rubbing off on you. Listen, Sue's a gamer, and we know she's got a bit of a competitive streak, right? Be confident and throw down your best B-talk. She won't be able to fight against it. She'll easily see we're superior to Daddy Dearest. I'll show Sue my first-rate moxie and take her down. You're right, Queen Bee. Once Sue sees my guts, and hopefully not my literal guts, she won't be able to do anything but side with me. Kid, I believe in you. As one of the 4 Heavenly Kings, I endorse you. In fact, I wouldn't have furthered my career as a pro gamer if it wasn't for you. When you first showed up at the Funplex, I thought you were going to be easy FOD fodder for me to crush beneath my heels. This is supposed to make me feel better? Hold on a minute, kid, let me finish. But as I got to know you, you aren't just another fan. You're a true friend. Really? I haven't really, done much to warrant being considered a friend, but okay. Sometimes when I'm frustrated, I look to you for inspiration. Me? But I'm just Hart.
Not bad.
Yeah, effing right. Watching you overcome your fears and fight for Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo, it makes my soul burn. It makes me realize I can overcome anything too. Even my most hardcore battles. So, when you go in there tonight, don't have any doubt. You're an effing bad A person. And even more bad A friend. I wouldn't call me a bad A friend to you personally, but I am effing awesome. I cherish you as a friend too. Now to convince Sue I'm a bad A. There will always be doubts, even if I'm awesome. Now to convince Sue I'm a bad A. All that's left is to convince Sue that I'm a bad A. Maybe I could hand her a business card that says Professional Bad A on it. Ha! More like those are my business cards, but I might let you borrow mine if it means we win. But seriously, I'm confident you're going to win Sue over. Okay, I can't handle any more of this mushy friendship talk. It's going to ruin my reputation as the most radical person here, and we can't have that. I don't think anyone believes you are less than radical. Thanks, kid. Now go and do your thing. Oh, and don't forget to kill him dead tonight. As I'm about to retort, she beats me to it. I love that she says kill him dead instead of knock him dead. I meant that literally, not figuratively. Ta! Great. Who else do I want to talk to before we leave? And last but not least, my roommate. Juniper's grabbing some dinner at the moment. I've never seen someone angrily eat hot wings before, but somehow she manages it. This whole situation is total poop butts. She lets out a heavy sigh as I approach. You just dug yourself out of the hole your life had become, and now you're gonna lose another arcade? It sucks. Seriously sucks. Funplex 2 Electric Boogaloo isn't lost yet. But it's not like you have a total plan for how to save it yet, right? Other than go talk to someone who may or may not help. Honestly, that's about as much of a plan as I ever have, and right now, it's as good of a plan as we're going to get. If you were going in my place, how would you handle this? Well, I guess there's 2 tricks I'd try. Oh, she's a teenager, right? A rebel to the core? Be a rebel, a dissident, a class clown. Connect with her on that level and make her feel you're wild, too. 2, she's a teenager, right? Remember being young and totally stupid? Let her make a mistake, then outthink her, keeping calm and using that to react to her moves. I guess they're wildly different ideas, but hey, one of them will work, right? I could outthink her, sure. When it comes to strategy, I have got more experience under my belt than she'd have. I can outthink her, should it come to that. Exactly.
Definitely.
You know I'm proud of you. You've come so far from the Angel Family curse days when you'd blame all your misfortunes on fickle fate. Instead, you're diving in and trying to strangle fate with its own strings. And I want you to know, win or lose, I'll still be here.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm your best friend, arcade or no arcade. And even if you lose this place, you'll always have a home. I'll make you pizza bagels and give you a shoulder to cry on. But I think I'll be using Percy for that. If I ever see another piece of bagel, I will hurl. And all the cartoons I can watch too, you're my best friend too, and that will never change. I haven't lost yet, and I do not intend to. If I ever see another pizza bagel, I will hurl. Can we never mention the PB word again? I'm having harrowing flashbacks to days of foul nutrition and low household income.